Hello everyone, it is April 4th and sometimes I record on Sundays, but today I had to wait till Monday to record because I had things going on yesterday. But welcome to my home and my Flosstube channel. Flosstube is a channel that I do to show what I am doing in cross stitching, what others are doing in cross stitching, what others are designing, maybe some tips and techniques, and that is what I do on a monthly basis on my Flosstube. Let's see what has been going on. I'm looking down at my calendar. You want to see my calendar for March? There's my calendar for March, so I'm letting you know what I've done in March on this video. I had spring break, so I had a week off, so that was nice. Let's see, some things I did this week, last month that wasn't cross-stitching, but some events was I had my EGA, I had that one day, and I had a road trip to Victorian Rose cross-stitch in Gainesville with some of my ladies from my loopy stitcher groups, and that was right after market, so it was crowded, but we got to buy some things, and I'll show you in my haul some things I got while I was there. The owner of that is Tinka, and she has a really good supply of samplers, if you like samplers there, and I always like to go there and she'll have different counts of fabric also, much like Brick City. Brick City Stitchers is another LNS that I have and normally have gone to until Victorian Rose also opened, so now I have two to go to. But both places have lots of fabric, so if you ever need anyone, call either Jean at Brick City or Tinka at Victorian Rose. What else did I do? I had a stitch-in with my loopy stitchers. We have that every month we get together, and that was my first time at the group, and that was really fun. We just sat and stitched and talked and stitched and ate, and it was fun. I've found a bunch of ladies up here near Jacksonville where I live that like to stitch, so we've been getting together off and on doing different stitching events or stitching times for stitch-ins. So that's been a lot of fun. What else have I done this month? One thing I've done with this month, not stitchy related, is we just decided suddenly to go on a cruise in June. So I've been setting that up, kind of looking at the excursion, see what we want to do. So we're going to cruise at the end of June to Cozumel and Grand Cayman, and I probably should shoot myself because I have like a retreat at the end of May, then I have a retreat the next weekend, first weekend of June, and then I have StitchCon like 5 days later, 4 days later. Then I come home for about a week, and then we go on a cruise. So I only work 10 months during the school year, so I always have June and July off. So July maybe I can rest. We'll see. So that's just some of my upcoming plans that I have. So I've been planning that this month for that cruise, since we suddenly decided we were going to do that. We were going to do it, and then we got an email, a big sale went on, so we grabbed it. Let's see, let me start with, I think I'll start with some of my finishes that I've done, and then I'll show you some fully finishes, and then I'll show you some finishes I've done, and then I have only one whip I'm working on. And that's because most of my things I have finished, but I did start a new whip, and I'll show you that. So the first thing I want to show you is, I can't remember the name of this chart. I think it's something garden, but it's by the Housewife Stitchers. Oh my goodness, why can't I can never remember their name totally. The Stitch, oh my goodness, you guys have to help me down below. But I did this last year. You can see I have a date. Actually, I stitched it last year. My date is really light here, you can't see it, but 2021. But I fully finished it this last month. So I did it in this shape because of the shape of the flower arch there, and then I put the little rickrack, well, not rickrack, the little, what's that called, twine, different color down there. This is the back, and I just sit it up and display it. I love this little bunny. She's so cute. I have like 4 bunny things sitting over there that I stitched last year or the year before that I want to fully finish before you see me again in April. So keep me accountable. I did land on, I didn't use any of the fabric that I looked at and wanted you all to suggest, because I found this little ornament thing on wood that fit this perfectly. So I put it in there. I'm going to show you the back, but I haven't fully finished the back yet because I'll cover that. So you can't see that. And I can't remember where I got this little ornament, wooden ornament hanger, and I put some little buttons on it. This is by Lizzie Kate. So I fully finished that. And I showed you this last month, but I'm going to show it to you again because I finished the second one. So Teresa Kogut's Faith in Stitches. I finished that one. I'll go to this side so the glare isn't so bad. So I finished that one last month, and there was the back of that. So here's this month's. Hope in the Lord was this one. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. The rest of that verse was, those that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will mount up with wings as eagles. They shall fly and not grow weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait is the whole verse. I love the whole verse. So those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. And then I use the same backing on that one. And I did the ruching. I really like doing the ruching. I love doing the ruching. I think it looks so nice on there. The fabric, I cannot remember what it is. It's just something I had in my stash, so I can't remember what it is. It's probably lamb's wool. It kind of looks like lamb's wool. So those were my fully finishes. And then, if you hear beeping in the background, my husband is making, so my husband's vegan, or he started eating vegan like 4 or 5 years ago. And he makes these banana chocolate waffles. And he'll make them, and then he'll put them in baggies, and he'll freeze them, so he has them for breakfast. So the waffle maker keeps beeping. No, I have not tried those waffles. I'm not much of the vegan eater. I don't like a lot of it, but I should probably try those because they do sound kind of good. So I did a lot of my monthly things I'm doing and finishing, because I'm trying to do them on a monthly basis and finish them on the monthly basis. I'm not fully finishing or framing them yet. This first one I'm going to show you is from Lindy Stiches, the Broad-billed Hummingbird. This is from her Bird Crush Club. Here's the bird in real life. So she takes a picture by an artist or a photographer she knows, and then makes the cross stitch. So here's the third one. So this one's March's Broad-billed Hummingbird. And that floss in the middle, every month she senses one variegated floss from Threadworks. So that was that one, and I just kept going in a circle on that one. Kind of looks like a flower, huh? This is on Nessie. And I can't remember if I told you last month, I did buy some more Nessie from someone, and it is totally different. It's more mottled. It is still the greenish color, greenish blue, but it's more mottled. So some of mine will look just a little different, but that's okay. So that's that. Bird Crush Club, I finished that one. And then I finished Jackrabbit. My Jackrabbit is on Old Gold, which has some green in it. And there is my Jackrabbit. I love these so much. I love them so much. I'll get closer. But when you see the ears and the Flowers, I did use the variegated for the flowers, but I used DMC on everything else. His body, I just love these A Year in the Woods animals. And I don't know if you've seen it, but the next one's a raccoon. So I'm going to be starting that probably next week because I've been anxious to start it. And then I've also seen the 5th one for May. It's a ferret. So if you haven't seen that, it's really cute. It's got yellow in it. I love it. So that was one of my other finishes for the month. Another finish I had for the month was Susan Aki's Seaside Blues. You can find this pattern free on Aurifil, this website. She has free charts on there, Susan does. And here's my finish. And it has like 12 colors in it. But it was fun to do. I have a really unique finish I'm going to do on this. And I'm not going to tell you because it's going to be a surprise. It's something I've been thinking about on how to finish, a new way of finishing. So I'm going to hopefully have that done by April also, so I can show it to you fully finished. Let's see, one of my whips that I've been doing, and I just started, is, it's also on my EGA challenge list, so I knew I wanted to get it started. And I think it's going to go kind of, not fast, but I think it's going to not be as long as you think it is. It's just making all these stars are going to, filling all these stars in takes time. But One Nation by ByGone Stiches has all the states in the stripes. I was trying to think about all the states I've lived in, which have been, I was born in Indiana, I went to college in Missouri, I lived in Kansas for 10 years, met my husband, had my babies there. We came to Florida, then we went to Tennessee, and we came back to Florida. So that's 5 states. So I was thinking all my states are in white except Tennessee. So I was thinking about on the white states that I've lived in, just outlining them in a back stitch in red. And then in Tennessee, the state that's going to be in red, outlining it in white, just to make it pop a little of the states I've lived in. So I'm thinking about doing that. But here I'm doing it on the called for fabric, and it's not ironed because I'm working on it now, and I work in hand, so it's wrinkled. Let me take my clips off though. It's on Ale, and I'm doing 36 count, so I'm doing 1 strand. And let me show you the flosses first. So this is the called for red. Cupid. It's very variegated. I'm going to flip this because the light has changed. There. There. And then I'm not using the blue called for because I wanted a more darker blue, like our flag is a really dark blue. So I'm using Classic Colorworks Nighty Night. Nighty Night is my blue. And then for the white, because I really want it to really pop, is I'm just using Anchor White. I like to use Anchor for all my black and white when I do any black and white. But here is my One Nation. So I got all the blue done. I don't know if you can see it or if it's showing through. I'm sorry, that's shining through. And then I've got some of the states done. As you can see, if you look at that 3rd row, I had to pull out all the red. The states that were red, because I was one off because I forgot to do the red around. So I've learned I need to do the stripes around each stripe before I do the middle, so I don't do that again. But here's closer up to see the blue and the red, so you can see how variegated that red is. I love this so much. I cannot wait to finish it. So so here's something. So the call for is the very first star, which is like that DMC 3865. That one a lot of people use. But then the next 4 stars are white anchor. So I think it pops a little more, so I'll redo that first star. I was just kind of looking at it, living with it for a while. This is on AL 36 count. This is how big it'll be. Probably when I'm done. I see that red floss on there. I've seen this bigger, I've seen it smaller. People are doing all kinds of size with this. So that's my one whip that I'm working on. I'm gonna pause for a second to tell you something that's coming up, and then I'm gonna show you my haul. So Brick City Stitchers is putting together what they're calling Stitching with the Flossies. And they are gathering 5 floss tubers from around Florida and around Brick City at an event, a one-day event at a room at a hotel here, and inviting about 30-35 people, I think. You have to call Brick City and sign up. And they're not starting sign-ups till April 8th. But you go, you sign up, and you come for the event that day. It's a stitch-in, but us 5 floss tubers are going to be there, and we will move from table to table throughout the day, like maybe every hour she'll ring a bell and we'll move. So we'll get to meet everybody that's there, and I'm really excited to do that. That's going to be fun. That is on May 7th. But here's the floss tubers, and of course these are the ones I've actually been watching in the last month, because some of them I didn't know about. So, and I've learned about a couple others that I'll tell you one that I learned about. And I've only learned about her because she's going to be at a retreat I'm going to, and so I thought, who is this? I need to go watch her, and I'll tell you about her in a second. But here's the 5 going for the Stitching with the Flossies. It's myself, and Finally a Farm Girl, Chrissy Morgan, and Stacie Stiches. So that's Stacie, and then Perpetual Projects. That's Erin, Vater, and Carolyn Stiches are the 5 floss tubers that are going to be there. And I will link them below and their floss tube so that you can go visit them too. Go check them out. And if you're close and you want to do that, call Brick City on April 8th and get yourselves in. And we will see you on May 7th there. And then one of the floss tubers that I did not know about, that I have been actually watching, going back watching her videos, is, did I write her down? Yeah, Daydream Stitcher. And I really like the very first video I watched of hers, and it's been a recent one, but she did a video on her, it wasn't her top 22, it was just 22 of the floss tubers she watches. She was just featuring some of them, so she called it 22 and 22. So she featured, she would show some of their video on her floss tube, and then talk about the kinds of things that they stitch and what they like to stitch. She did that for 22 people, and there were some on there that I'd never seen. So I've been watching some of them, and I will share some of those with you next time. I just didn't get a chance to write them down, but there were some good ones on there. So I will share with you who those are too as I watch more of them. So that's one little commercial I want to do, tell you something else that's coming up that I'll be doing. And let me grab some of my haul. So I got kind of a lot of haul because I actually got some of my market stuff. But before I show you market stuff, my third, and this is something that I'm coming up and planning. Oh no, this isn't the right one. I haven't printed it out. I'm doing Teresa Kogut's third Faith and Stitches pillow, and that's a plan for next month. I'll be doing the 4th Bird Crush Club. I'm behind on my little stockings, so I'm going to be doing the 3rd and 4th. Wait, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. I don't have the 4th yet. It hasn't come yet. So I'll be doing 2nd, 3rd, and getting it done. Then I'll be doing my raccoon and trucking along on my One Nation. So here's some of my haul that I got from Market. I got all these from Brixley Stitcher, and I am going to take them out of the package because, you know, with my lighting in here, it's not showing up very good. So I got the Plum Street sampler. God Bless America. I liked that one. So I'll be doing that one sometime in the future. I had to get the new bunny by Stitching with the Housewives. Why I can't think of that when I want to say it. Daisy May. So the new bunny for that one, I really like it. I'll probably do it on some green. Let's see what she did it on. Does she say? Oh, she dyed it with Rit dye, coloring evening blue, then coffee tea dyed. I can do that. I think I have those colors. So I'll probably do my own fabric on this one. That's really cute. I am going to do that. And then last year I got Teresa Kogut's Newcastle bouquet, but I haven't done it yet. But then she had the Biscornu this year, and I'm like, I had to get the Biscornu. I haven't done a Biscornu this year, and I'm going to do this one. I also have the little bird's nest ones that I want to finish, so maybe I'll get some Biscornus done. I love putting them together. People think it's hard, but it's not. You just have to do it one time, and you know how to do it. And then I got Dirty Annie's Southern Style is the designer of this, and I couldn't pass it up. And there is a little cat. I have 2 black cats, Binks and Zoe. So I had to get that, and I'll have to finish that. And it comes with this little button. I'll show you the little button. It comes with that little button. You just hang it wherever you want. They have it hung right there. I always like when there's little buttons and embellishments to put on your finishes. I got, maybe I'll have to take this one out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So I couldn't pass this up because I think Chrissy, I think she said she was the model stitcher on this, but Carriage House Samplings came up with the orange tree sampler. It's just perfect for Florida. Of course, I will probably make my cat black. But I really like this. And my house is these colors, so I really like that. So I'm going to be doing that one. I might have to start that this month. Maybe that's going to be my other big one. Kind of big. It's not that big, but with One Nation. I also got Primrose Cottage Hive Rules. I love it. I really want to do this one too. Look at the colors, how they did the colors. I think that's awesome to show you the colors. So I can't wait to finish that one. And then I got Teresa Kogut's Love Lives Here booklet. I love these. Here, I'll show you some more patterns that are in here probably. Maybe not. Oh yeah, here. This one. I love that home. I love all these. Salt box. That's why I got this book, because I love most of them in here. And then when I was at Tinka's Victorian Rose, I got a couple things. I got I'm gonna have to take them out. This is Blue Heron by Chesapeake Bay Treasures, number 2 that I'm going to do. And number 1. I wonder if that means there's going to be more. There was a swan, but it was a different color, and I didn't get it. But here's blue crab. So I can't wait to do those. They'll be a fast stitch. I just need to sit down and stitch them. And that floss on there, what is that floss number? I should look. Hold on. Hold please. Embroidery floss, blue variegated. Oh, Silks for You, blue variegated, Pro 13. So I'll probably pick something out because I have variegated blues. I'll pick something out similar. I have some Silks for You, but I have that kind of a blue, a Caribbean blue. I do like Silks for You. I did my Long Dog Sampler crosswords with some Silks for You. And then the other thing I got at Tinka's was, and I don't want to, Let Love Rain. Of course, a lot of people like this one. I like it too. I like the colors because my house is blues and rust colors with the blues. So here's the thing with the blues. Let me show you the called for blue. Now I'm going to have to look. I can't remember which one's called for. The called for blue is... Oh, here. I'll show you the whole thing, what it looks like. Oh, goodness. Where's the blue? Oh, it's a different... It would be better to look at the right pattern colors. Because there's other patterns in here. Oh, I think that is the colors. Why can't I see the color below? Okay, it's this color, I'm sure. Oh, here, yeah. Oh, it says... What? It says... That's why I couldn't find it. Because I was looking for the word blue. It says gray-green. But it's blue. But I don't like it. I don't think it pops enough. So, here's the color of 2 other colors that I could go with. One's that one. And then the other one's like a teal color. So let me put it with the other colors. And you tell me what you think. 'Cause I don't like the called for color. See if I can do this to where I can show you the other colors. Okay, we have this blue with the other colors. This blue, or this blue. And I actually think I like this one, but I think I like that one. So again, here's the called for. It's a light blue, but I wanted the blues to pop. So let me show you the full picture of it, because inside there's a full picture of it. And I think you'll understand why I wanted the blues to pop. I wanted the blues to pop a little bit more. Let love reign in your heart and home. I love this. I'm gonna have to get this started. This might have to be my big one, like my first Thanksgiving was my big one this year. Last year, I mean. I might have to make this one my big one this year. Because I really like the colors. So that is all of my haul. And I think that is all I had today. It is all I had. So let me look again. So this time of year is the busiest time I have at school. So April and May are busy. Like, my phone has been blowing up since I left home, and that doesn't normally happen. They try not to bother you after work, but when it's that time and that season, sometimes you just have to ask a question because you need an answer. So my whole way home from work, my phone was blowing up, and I can let it play on over my phone's, my car speakers, but I can't respond because I'm driving. So got a lot of testing coming up, a lot of testing in May, but we're getting it together. It's a lot better, easier than last year in COVID when we were trying to get kids to come on campus to test. But in the state of Florida, the governor is getting rid of the way we do state assessments. And next year is going to be a whole new ball game. So I'm going to be learning a whole new way of how we're going to do things next year. So that's coming up, and I'm sure they'll be starting to load some things in our shared folder drive so we can be looking at what's coming up. But they say it's supposed to be a little easier for everybody. So we'll see how the planning of that will be. Let's see. I think that's it for now. So don't forget, if you're local and want to do the Meet the Flossies, that is May 7th, and you do that by contacting Brick City Stitchers starting April 8th. I would put the phone number and address and all that down below and the price, but I'm not sure what all YouTube allows, so I was kind of vague. And if you need more information on that, call Brick City. Call Jean at Brick City and she'll let you know, or private message me if you have me and I'll let you know more information. But you all have a great month of April as we celebrate Easter. And for me, one of the greatest times of all times is Easter, and when Jesus rises again. And I something that's been on my heart and my mind this last week is something that my pastor says all the time at church. He'll say, what if, because people will say, why don't we see miracles? Why don't we see things anymore? And actually I think we do, but we're so not in tune to, hey, that could have been God. We think it's just something in our fate that it just happens. But he says, he's been saying often lately, what if a miracle is on the other side of your obedience? So like if we would just take steps out of on obedience, maybe the miracle would come. Sometimes maybe we limit ourselves to what kind of miracles or kind of ways that God can answer things for us. Maybe we're afraid, or we're unsure, or we think we're not qualified to do that. But there's been some things in the past, especially when people come to me and say, hey, why don't you do this? I think you'd be good at this. And you look at them like, I've never done that before. Why do you think that kind of thing? But sometimes that's the Lord speaking to them. And maybe you should step back and speak to the Lord about, was that something you wanted me to do, or that someone's just putting in my mind? Because he won't call you and not equip you. So I have experienced that before with children's choirs, because I directed children's choirs for 17 years. I remember them asking me to direct and get 3 choirs going at my church, and me thinking, I'm not qualified for that. And so I stepped out and said yes, and I had a co-leader, and we did it for a long time. It was so much fun, and I did it for 17 years. So it's amazing what the Lord will do, and especially with kids. You think kids can't do it, or they can't get it, but when it comes down to performing and they get right to it and it's time, they learn it and they know it. So it's always been fun with the kids. So what if a miracle is on the other side of your obedience, or on the other side of you taking a step to believe? Or what if that's on the other side? Dr. Phil says that a lot. What if? you know, have you thought of something different? What if that would happen, or what if, you know? So I really like that saying. So think about that this month. As you celebrate Easter, if you celebrate it like I do, knowing that it's the birth, not the birth, the day the Lord rose from the grave, and it's not something that didn't happen, because a lot of people saw it, and a lot of people saw him alive after that. So maybe take some steps out there, steps of faith. Maybe look for yourself. Maybe have your own journey to dig in and see what that's all about. But if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me too, and I'll share with you a little bit more. But that's enough of that, and I will see you all next month. So I'll see you probably, I should look. When am I busy? That first weekend. I'll get something in. First weekend of May, which is that Saturday. So right after we meet and do the floss meeting with the Flossies, that next day I'll do a floss tube. I'll tell you all about that. So you all have a good month. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.